Hello and welcome to highlights of the 1990 French Grand Prix, brought to you by Micropose and GP2 Joey. We travel to the south of France for round 7 and the hot and tried Paul Ricard circuit near Marseille, where the F1 cars will be delivering a little more power than the jet skis on the beautiful beaches, and where life is a little more chaotic than it was in the charity golf match on the Thursday before the race weekend. In the driver's standings, it's Ferrari's Ayrton Senna leading the way ahead of Arrows Ilmore's Martin Brundle and the two McLaren Hondas of Nelson Piquet and Alain Prost. But it's Arrows who are top of the constructors' standings ahead of McLaren and Ferrari, with Benetton 4th and Williams 5th. In the lead up to the race, Arrows boss Jackie Oliver once more confirmed his interest in signing Joey Davis for next year. Renault announced an updated RS2 engine, and Tyrrell's Jean Alesi confirmed he had held talks with Williams about next year to replace Davis, who was unconcerned by those reports, before McLaren boss Ron Dennis appeared to show interest in the 25-year-old Brit, should the relationship between him and the Williams team deteriorate further throughout the season. Friday morning's 30-minute pre-qualifying session was the closest it had been all year, with drivers in full attack mode from the moment the pit lane opened to when the checkered flag fell, and it was Britain's Mark Blundell who emerged quickest once more, ahead of teammate Comas, who was probably driving his last Grand Prix for Ligier. Thankfully for the French national team, they were through into race qualifying and were joined by Minardi and the impressive BMS Dallara squad, and the others were left to pack up early. Friday afternoon's first qualifying session saw Senna take the provisional pole, but it was to be a different story come Saturday. With hotter temperatures, the Brazilian was unable to go any faster, but the McLarens of Piquet and Prost looked good, as did Johnny Herbert in the Arrows, and in particular the two Williams Renaults of Nigel Mansell and Davis, who stunned the paddock as he roared to his second pole in 3 races since his return to action. It was a phenomenal lap from the Englishman, who was under increasing pressure to perform in the races now, and at the back it was the unfortunate Dallara of Emanuele Pirro and the AGS of Yannick Dalmas, who both failed to qualify for the 81-lap race. So it's Davis on pole with Senna in second, Herbert is third with Mansell fourth, Prost is fifth, Piquet is sixth, Berger is seventh, and it's Brundle in 8th place. 9th is Patrese with Nannini 10th, row 6 is Alesi and Martin Donnelly, row 7 is Warwick and Moreno, row 8 is De Cesaris and Nakajima, row 9 is Blundell and Capelli, row 10 is Gugelmin and Bernard, row 11 is Boutsen and Comas, row 12 is Martini and Suzuki, and it's Barillia and Tarquini at the back. The last car rolls onto its grid slot, the red lights come on, it's 81 laps of the French Grand Prix, and it's go! Davis is away from pole position, Senna slots in behind the Williams, Herbert maintains third, it's Mansell in fourth, as Senna looks to have a go at Davis now on the run down into the first corner, but Davis is going to hold his line, he's going to block Senna, and look at this, that's Nigel Mansell up the inside, Nigel Mansell's taken the lead. Fantastic start from Mansell as they go around the right-hander onto the back straight now. He's already 2 tenths up the road, ahead of Davis in second place, and Senna third. Prost is fourth, Herbert is up down to fifth, it's Brundle in sixth, Piquet down to seventh, Berger's in 8th, Nannini 9th, and Patrese 10th as they thunder into Sings corner at over 170 miles an hour. Davis just chopped across the nose of Senna, and already it looks like Davis is going to be fighting a rearguard action from the McLarens of Prost and Senna's Ferrari, as Herbert looks to try and get in on the act now as they come down into the left-hander. Davis, he already looks like he's struggling on cold tyres as Nigel Mansell is 7 tenths of a second up the road. Already Mansell looks like he's got this race in the corner of his pocket. It's off to a good start for Mansell. Davis is already trying to keep Senna behind him now as they come down to the 50-mile-an-hour final turn, which leads them onto the main straight at the end of the first lap. Nigel Mansell is already a colossal 1.6 seconds ahead. Fantastic start from Mansell. Davis is looking in his rearview mirrors. I don't think Senna's going to be able to try anything there under braking into the first turn. He can't do anything about it.
A tremendous start from Nigel Mansell. Davis already slotting into his usual position of trying to keep Senna and Prost and the like right behind him. I think it's going to be very difficult for Joey Davis today to maintain this fighting stance. As we look at Martin Brundle on Nelson Piquet, I think Piquet's got the legs to get past the Ilmore Powered Arrows there.
And that's a great move from PK as he goes through the inside of Davis. Already he's defending from there. Senna weaving behind that Williams Renault with the new RS2 engine in it. But Senna just cannot find a way past him. But I don't think it's going to be very long. Joey Davis has really got to try and bag some points this race. He's got to try and keep his car away from the barriers as much as he can. Keep it out of trouble, get his head down and really try and see the checkered flag today. Nigel Mansell, he's already gained 2/10. He's now 1.9 seconds ahead as they come through to complete the second lap now. As they go over the line, it's Mansell, Davis, Senna, Prost, PK with Brundle in 6th place. And I think that's Gerhard Berger. Berger's up to 7th with Tracy in 8th. It's Nannini 9th and Martin Donnelly in 10th. The Lacey's 11th with Warwick in 12th. And that's one of the Joes Porsches behind him. And Mansell has already got a... That's Johnny Herbert slowing down. I was just about to say, I wonder where he'd gone, but Johnny Herbert is pulling over. His arrows is spent. He's out. I wonder if he must have some sort of a technical failure. And look at this, there's Davis. He's got Senna right behind him again. Davis just simply chops across the front of the Ferrari 641. He's not letting Senna have any room at all. And Prost is catching the two of them now. There's a little bit of a gap between Prost and PK, but I'm pretty sure that if Davis stays ahead of these two, it's not going to be there for very much longer. As Senna, we look at him now through Sings corner, 180 miles an hour in that Ferrari. He's going to be looking again to see if he can get ahead of Davis. I don't think he's going to be able to try it there. Senna's going around the outside. Senna's going to try and loop it around the right hander, but Davis just seems to push him wide. And Senna's off. Senna's into the gravel, and he's losing places left, right, and centre. Thankfully, he's not got his car damaged. But Senna, he's gone from 3rd down to 6th with Brundle, PK, and Prost ahead of him. Well, I've got to question the driving of Joey Davis there. That looked like it was a little bit tough there as Prost looks like he's going to try it himself. Davis is going to hold it around the outside, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep Prost behind him. He can't. Alain Prost, he's ahead of Davis, and Davis is now down into 3rd place, and he's got Nelson Piquet now right close to behind him. And I'm not sure if Piquet's going to be able to do anything about it. And Davis is really in attack mode now. He wants to get that position back. But I think he might be well advised to just let Prost have it, because otherwise he's going to run the risk of something happening. But I don't think he's going to be able to try anything there. And Davis, he slots in. No, he's gone for the gap. He's going for it. He can't. He's done it. Oh, they've hit each other. And he's hit Prost. And Prost, Davis has lost his right front wing. And he's going to be coming into the pits. Prost, I don't think he's damaged his car, luckily. And he's now into 2nd place with PK 3rd. Davis is into the pits, and that is an absolute travesty for the 25-year-old Englishman. He needed a good start. He needed a clean race. And already on lap 10, he's into the pits with a damaged front wing. That's not very good driving from him, you have to say. And now he's just going to cascade his way right the way down to the back of the field. He's probably going to end up in 23rd place or something. And he's going to have to really put his foot down now. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is his only tyre stop of the race now, because he's got to try and do something to get straight back up there. As Senna looks to the inside of Piquet. Senna! Piquet just cuts right across the front of that Ferrari and says, absolutely no chance, you're not coming past me. As they head down onto the back straight, as Nigel Mansell's over the line, and he's 10.4 seconds to the good over McLaren's. And Nigel Mansell, I don't know what else you can say. He's really struggled in the first 6 races this year. But he's, with the updated Williams, he's really on it today. As Senna looks to the inside again, but Piquet's not letting him through. Piquet just cuts across. And there's a Lacey now. There's a Lacey, he can't do anything with. That's one of the Lotuses. I think that's Martin Donnelly. Again, Martin Donnelly, who, remember, let's not forget, he got 3rd place in Canada. And Lacey goes for the inside, but Donnelly just cuts right across the Tyrrell and says absolutely not. And that's Prost. Alain Prost's McLaren again. He's retiring. I think this is his 4th retirement. PK with Senna right behind him now, and we understand that Senna's coming into the pits. He does. Senna dives into the pits for his first tyre stop. I wonder if is it possible that PK is only going to be stopping once today, as Joey Davis comes over the line. And Nigel Mansell's into the pit lane. The race leader, Nigel Mansell, into the pits. It's got to be a good stop from the Williams boys, who, as we know, are not one of the best. They're not one of the fastest down the pit lane for getting the car serviced in time. But Nelson Piquet now becomes the race leader. Martin Brundle's up to 2nd place. Great bit of driving from him. He's really had a stellar year this year, as Nigel Mansell's down into 2nd place now. And let's have a look at the battle for 3rd place. And there's Gerhard Berger. They've got one of the Minardis right ahead of them, as Berger in the Ferrari just screams past the Cosworth-powered Minardi. and the two Benettons are chasing him as much as they can. They want to try and get that position away from Berger. And here's Joey Davis now. He's up to 8th place, and he's got Nelson Piquet right behind him. Davis is going to be lapped. This is lap 36. This is a terrible race for Joey Davis now, and Piquet's just going to slip it up the inside, and they've nearly hit each other. Davis nearly turned into the front of that McLaren. I'm not sure if he saw that Piquet was coming, but that was extraordinarily close. Davis almost wiping out the race leader, and that would have been an absolute of a howler had he managed to hit that McLaren. Davis has just got to stand back a little bit now. He's got to just concentrate on Nannini ahead of him, with Martin Brundle in 6th place. And there's one of the Lolas. I think that's Eric Bernard. I think that's smoking. I think it is. That's Bernard smoking in 10th place. That's a shame for him. And here's Nigel Mansell. Mansell is in 2nd place now. He's 24 seconds behind Piquet, who is yet to stop. But Piquet's into the pits, so Piquet is only stopping once. Nigel Mansell's going to have to make another stop, but already Nigel Mansell is 25 seconds nearly behind that McLaren. And I think it's going to be pretty close when Mansell comes out of the pits. And that means he's really going to, when Piquet comes out of the pit lane, Nigel Mansell's really going to have to put his toe down to get up a decent gap. Because if he doesn't, by the time he's got to stop again, Nelson Piquet is going to be in the lead once more as another car pulls over to the side. I think that was Mark Blundell in the Ligier. Nigel Mansell is going well, but look at this! It's Senna with Piquet. Senna's got to get past this Brazilian rival this time. Senna dives to the inside in the Ferrari, and Piquet can't do anything about it. Senna's up into 2nd place behind Nigel Mansell. Piquet's in 3rd. It's Brundle 4th, Berger 5th. Nannini's in 6th place, Patrese 7th, and Joey Davis is up into 8th. He's in 7th now, and there's Martin Brundle in 4th. What's he going to do? He's got to try and catch Nelson Piquet again. Senna's into the pit lane to make his 2nd tyre stop. I'm not sure if Martin Brundle's going to be able to do anything about Nelson Piquet, because Piquet is 19.7 seconds behind Nigel Mansell. And if Mansell has got to come in again, then he's going to lose the lead. Nelson Piquet is going to be re-inheriting the lead as Mark Blundell retires. And here's Joey Davis around the outside of one of the Dalaras. Look at this! Oh, fantastic bit of opportunism. Davis just sweeps past the BMS Dallara. He sweeps past the Leighton House, around the outside of both of them, into Scene's corner. Davis is charging hard. He's trying to catch that final 6th place from Nannini. That's the BMS battle behind him. And look at this, it's Nigel Mansell now. He's going to lap the two of them again. And Mansell gets massively balked. And the lead is now down to 19.8 seconds. Mansell's really going to be struggling now. He's going to be coming in for his stop soon as he goes to lap the BMS Dallara. But Piquet's going to be in the pound seat, so Martin Brundle, he's less than a second behind the Brazilian, with Senna in 4th. And Davis, he's about to get lapped by Nigel Mansell. Look at this on lap 57. But Mansell, we understand, is coming in. Mansell comes into the pits.
Mansell coming into the pits to make his 2nd tyre stop. That's obviously going to hand the race lead now to Nelson Piquet, and there he is with Martin Brundle right behind him. Look at this as they're thundering towards 190 miles an hour, heading down towards Scene's corner. Is Martin Brundle going to be able to do anything about the Brazilian? They almost touch each other. They still are neck and neck. Look at this. Brundle's going for the inside. Is Martin Brundle going to be able to do any can't. As Alessandro Nannini comes into the pit lane. But look at this. This is the battle for the lead. And here's Nigel Mansell now. He's 4.9 seconds behind Piquet after his pit stop. He's got to be charging hard. But that McLaren Honda is singing beautifully in the hands of Piquet. And I'm not sure if Nigel Mansell's going to be able to catch him. But if he doesn't, then Mansell, all he's got to do is just take that 2nd place, because that would be fantastic for him. A haul of 6 points as Piquet passes Nannini. And it's Nelson Piquet in 1st place. It's Mansell 2nd. Senna in 3rd, but he's very distant. Martin Brundle, having made his 2nd tyre stop, he's down to 4th. It's Berger in 5th. Davis is now 6th, and he's chasing hard after Berger, and Davis has spun onto the back straight. I'm not sure what happened. I think he just overcooked it coming out of the right-hander. He rode over the curbs. He lost the back end, slid right across the track, and he's lost the left front wheel. I'm not sure if he's got any damage, but he's going to be trying everything he can to get back to the pits. And again, he's made another mistake. And look at the car, it's snaking about all over the place. He's really trying to get it around the corners now. The tyres are smoking. He's told the team on the radio that he's going to come in, get the tyres ready,
because the car feels fine. They've just got to change the wheel and they've got to change the front wing. And he almost hits PK again as PK laps him. Davis is still in 6th place, but he's going to have a battle on his hands to try and catch Alessandro Nannini because he's going to fall back as Nelson Piquet comes over the line. And Davis has had to pull over to let Mansell through. He didn't want to get out of Nigel Mansell's way because Mansell is only 6.1 seconds. He's losing time behind Nelson Piquet as Davis is in to the pits yet again. And there's Martin Brundle, and he's got Nigel Mansell right behind him. Or is that Davis? That's Joey Davis around the outside of Martin Brundle. Davis is off again. He's just lost it again. Massive understeer in the Williams Renault, and he's managed to keep the engine running. He reverses, but look at this, there's 3 cars coming towards him and he's going to spin the car. Oh my goodness, he almost collected them. He almost collected Gerhard Berger, and that's Nigel Mansell out. Nigel Mansell has just pulled over, we understand. Mansell is slowing. I'm not sure, is he out of the race? He's slowing down. There he is. No, he's not out of the race, but he is slowing. Mansell in 2nd place. He's not going to be finishing this race. He's going to be losing the 6 points, and that means that Nelson Piquet, if there was any uncertainty over the possibility of the McLaren driver winning this race, providing he's got the reliability himself, he's going to be winning as Nigel Mansell incredibly retires from the French Grand Prix. Senna's up to 2nd. Brundle's going to be going 3rd. It's Berger going to be up to 4th. Nannini 5th. Davis is still in 6th place, and he's charging hard again after Nannini and Davis is off yet again. He spun. My goodness, he spun again. That's the 3rd time in this race. And I don't know how he didn't hit anything. He didn't hit the barriers. This time the car's unscathed, but Davis, my goodness, what an appalling drive from him today. It really is bad. He was leading, he was on the pole. He lost the lead at the start, and look at this, Nelson Piquet, he's on the final lap now, and he's got 3 cars to try and navigate his way through, and he just backs out of it. That's Nakajima's Tyrrell ahead of him. He's got one of the Leighton House, I think that's Gugelmin right behind him. But Piquet, he just wants to tread very carefully now. He's got an 18.9 second lead over Ayrton Senna. Piquet, he just wants to see this race win. What a performance from McLaren and from Nelson Piquet today. He's only got 2 more corners to go. Piquet, he's round 1, and he's just got the final turn now. And Nelson Piquet exits the right-hander onto the front straightaway, and Nelson Piquet wins the French Grand Prix. Fantastic drive. Senna, he's going to be coming in 2nd for Ferrari. He'll be quite happy with that. That's another haul of 6 points as he pushes on towards the Drivers' Championship. Martin Brundle, where is he? He's going to be taking the final place on the podium. There he is, once more, Arrows impressing. They've been phenomenal this year. The Arrows Ilmore, what a package it's been, and in the hands of Martin Brundle in particular. He's still right up there with Ayrton Senna in the Drivers' Championship, but Brundle is over the line and he takes 3rd. What a fantastic performance. But it's Nelson Piquet. Rio de Janeiro will be going absolutely crazy. What a Grand Prix. It was an outstanding 2nd win of the season for the calculating McLaren of Piquet after only stopping once for tyres, and his rivals all chose a 2-stop strategy, with Senna taking 2nd, Brundle 3rd, Berger 4th, Nannini 5th, and a lacklustre Davis in 6th. Piquet beamed afterwards that McLaren had given him the perfect strategy, while Senna declared Ferrari had to make major steps in the coming races if they were still to realise their dream of becoming world champions, and Brundle was happy to have bagged yet more points for Arrows. Meantime at Williams, Patrick Head fumed at Davis's poor performance, and within an hour there were sensational rumours that the team could be looking to replace the 2-time winner, which were denied by the 25-year-old who defended himself vigorously to the press afterwards. In the championship standings, Senna retains his lead over Brundle by 5 points, but Piquet now jumps into 3rd place ahead of Prost, and Herbert with Patrese in 6th. In the Constructors' Championship, the battle is now well and truly on, as only 4 points separates leaders Arrows from McLaren and Ferrari, with Bennett on a distant 4th. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for round 8 of the 1990 Formula 1 World Championship in Britain.